As a renowned Islamic scholar, transformational speaker, teacher, and mentor, Abdul Fattah Adeyemi has inspired countless lives with his insightful lectures and compassionate guidance. Connect with a community of like-minded individuals seeking knowledge and achieving greatness.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. My name is Abdul Fattah Adeyemi, and the topic of discussion is life in a snakearium. Snakearium means we want to talk about snakes, and we want to look at serpents as metaphors for some of the points we need to understand about life. This is one of the series of life. We are learning about life, how to live our lives, how to survive our lives. And we try to use various metaphors and examples from real life also to be able to understand life. We can read Quran for us, we can read Hadith for us, but the Quran requires that we have certain level of tadabbur, that is, we think deeply about what Allah is saying, and then we look at the signs of Allah. Allah says, "Sanurihim ayatina fil afaki wa fi anfusihim hatta yatabayyana lahum annahu al-haqq." Allah says, "I'll be showing you my signs in the horizons and within yourselves until it becomes clear to you the truth of Almighty Allah, the being of Allah as being the truth, and the truth of the messages of Almighty Allah." And then Allah will give us a lot of mathal. Allah gives us examples, parables, and metaphors so that we can fully understand. So it is that style of the Quran that we are trying to use so that we can begin to look around us and take lessons from the things and creatures and events all around us and within us too. Now, being that as it may, what does it mean to live among snakes? Living among snakes. I want you to imagine yourself living among snakes. You tread carefully in the dim light of the snakearium, where the walls of the snakearium pulse with the rhythmic hiss of countless serpents. You are literally surrounded by hundreds of snakes, and you are to live there together with them. And here, amidst a living warren of slithering bodies, every step you take carries the weight of vigilance, and every move you make is a potential for you to have a bite. And when you have a bite, there is the potentiality that you are going to die. Now, when you live among snakes like this, you see that the air is thick with the pungent odor of scaled predators, their eyes glinting with a cunning that speaks of primal instincts and ancient wisdom, all mixed together. And then you know very well that the next thing in your mind is that you are beginning to imagine Asarair looking at you face to face. And this is no ordinary existence. For those who stay in a snakearium, it is your survival in a realm where venom drips as much from fangs as from whispered insinuations, where you are surrounded with fangs and venoms, with snakes whose cheeks are puffed up with poison and venoms of all sorts. The ones that will go straight to your heart, the one that will paralyze the whole of your body, the one that will go straight to your brain, and the one that will just summon Asara'i, the angel of death, to come quickly and take your life. And the ones that you feel the pain, you feel the pang for a long time, yet Asara'i will be busy doing some other things. The fear of that pain alone can kill somebody even before death comes. Imagine yourself now living amongst this kind of snakes. Now, when we use the word snakearium earlier on, I hope we all understand it. Some animals and the enclosures where they are kept can have all sorts of meanings. For the purpose of education, birds, they are kept in aviary, horses are kept in stables, the dogs are kept in kennels, the goats are kept in pen or goat shed, the rabbits, they are kept in hutch, and the chickens are kept in coop, or the one you call poultry house. Then for wild animals, lions, tigers, and big cats, they are kept in enclosure or in their dens. The same thing with wolves and wild dogs. Then the reptiles, generally, they are kept in vivarium, And snakes, this time around, are kept in snakearium, just like we are talking, or you can call it serpentarium. Crocodiles and alligators are kept in crocodilarium, and fish are kept in aquarium, and then frogs and amphibians are kept in terrarium or vivarium. Spiders and scorpions are kept in arachnarium, and ants are kept in formicarium. So here we are talking about snakearium, where snakes are kept. We just want us to imagine when you are living in snakearium with snakes and you are not a snake. You are locked up in a room, or you are locked up in a snakearium, and you have to live together with the snakes. This is what I want you to imagine. And we are all inhabitants of a very big snakearium. This earth, this world, is like a big snakearium where every breath is a negotiation between survival and surrender. The glass walls of our collective enclosure does not only reflect transparent boundaries, but the murky mirrors of human interaction. Each movement is a potential strike. If you move, they will strike you. And each glance is a calculated reconnaissance. When a snake is looking at you, when a snake is sizing you up, you know that something is potentially going to happen. This is not that the snake is looking away. And now imagine 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 snakes, all of them facing you, looking at you, sizing you up. What are you going to do? So living with the serpents is a metaphor. Each serpent in the surreal terrarium mirrors the human character. It is not just the snakes per se, it is the human beings that have metamorphosed into the characters of snakes. Living in a snakearium filled with these 10 snakes that we're going to mention now, each of them embodies a different negative human trait. It will be like having to survive a treacherous world of psychological, emotional, and physical battles. This is the battle of life. It is not the snakes per se we are talking about. It is human beings that are much more like snakes. So let me give you an example of some of these kind of snakes. We've all heard of king cobra before. That's number 1. It's like you are living under tyranny. The king cobra is the world's longest venomous snake, and it commands fear and respect in its territory. It possesses a stark allegory for pride. That is, you know that kind of snake for its pride. The venom lies not just in its bite, but in its ability to paralyze relationships with the towering ego. When we talk about this kind of snake amongst humans, we're talking about the king cobra. The cobra is representing the diplomatic world of people. You are constantly overshadowed by a dominant authoritative presence. When people around you are like the cobras, they speak in forked tongues. Their oration is a mesmerizing mixture of half-truth and strategic silence. They are always dominating you, and they have this presence that are so authoritative that every move, Allah Akbar, every move of yours will feel scrutinized. And you must tread carefully when you are around this kind of people that are like king cobras. If you don't tread carefully, you risk facing the wrath of a ruler who demands obedience by all means, hook and crook. So if you are surrounded or you have to confront a king cobra among human beings, you know that these ones are very dominant, and you cannot make any move without their permission. And if you move, death will kill you. The second one is black mamba. There's no peace. Danger strikes swiftly and without warning when you have the black mamba around you. People around you that are like this kind of snake, they lash out aggressively. They make you feel as if you must always be on high alert. You cannot rest. You cannot look away. You cannot find peace when you are surrounded by the people who have the characters of this black mamba. of a people. You begin to live in a world of unpredictable rage. They can get angry at any point in time and you are in for it. The third one is the boa constrictor. A boa constrictor can kill its prey by slowly tightening its grip, never rushing, but they ensure that they are successful. When you are surrounded by the boa and you are constricted by them, you feel trapped, as if invisible coils are tightening around you. Every decision you make will seem to be controlled, to be constricted and influenced by forces that are stronger than you. They leave you powerless because they will like squeeze the best of life out of you. This is how the boa constrictor works among human beings. If you are unlucky to have them around you, they will not bite you, but they have a way of squeezing all the good things out of your life. Then we have number 4, the rattlesnake. The rattlesnake warns before striking. They give you a fair notice before reacting. And know from the word rattle, they will make that noise around you. They are like people who know that they can destroy you, but they will inform you before they come for destruction. You are surrounded by individuals who constantly issue warnings and ultimatums. They warn you, they give you ultimatums, they give you deadlines. Sometimes they know that you cannot survive it. And when you are surrounded by such people as rattlesnakes in their nature, the air is thick with tension. You never know when someone's patience will snap. You just find yourself turned into their words and into their world, and they turn their words into fangs. The rattlesnakes of political manipulation are brutal. Their warning sounds are themselves a threat. Those threats whose very existence demands your perpetual alertness. The rattlesnake will make the rattling, but their threat is not empty. When they are warning you, you better take to their warnings. When they are making sound that they are coming for you, you better understand it. And you find this among politicians, you find this among some other people who can threaten you. Look, it's not all threats that are empty. Many people are like this rattlesnake. You never can tell when they give you some warnings, they are not bluffing. If they say, I'm going to ruin your life, you better understand it very well, they mean it. If they say, I'm going to deal with you, they are actually going to deal with you. If they say, I'm going to make you regret your life, they are not bluffing, they are not making mouth. These are like rattlesnakes. You better understand them very well. Then let's move to another one. We have the python. This one are the ones with the burden of oppression. There's the python that is very slow and deliberate. They coil themselves around opportunities until they suffocate whatever opportunities you have around you. This python mirrors the suffocating embrace of greed, an insatiable hunger that leaves nothing but silence in its wake. The python relies on sheer strength rather than venom. They overpower their prey with patience and persistence. Allahu Akbar. There's a weight pressing down on you. This weight is subtle but perpetual, it's unrelenting. Sometimes, whether it's social expectations or financial pressures or emotional burdens, something will be slowly draining your energy. They will suffocate your spirit. If you have people like pythons around you, they are going to kill your spirit slowly. You will not know what happened to you. You just know that you are no longer the very energetic person that you used to be. They can be very deadly, but they are very, very slow in killing their prey. They will remove everything from you because they can be patient. They can be patient for years before they take revenge. These people are python. Beware of them. If you have them with you in your snakearium, they are very persistent. They don't get tired and they don't give up easily until when they harm you or they take revenge on you and they do some things against you to the extent that you don't even recognize that it is as a result of something you did at a time you never remembered. You will not recognize that they are feeding you back in with your own poison, or they are getting back at you in ways that you never saw coming. Then number 6, we have the coral snake. These ones are very beautiful. Allahu Akbar. They are brightly colored, yet they are highly venomous. The coral snake appears beautiful, but it is dangerous. The people who seem the most charming, the most dazzling, they will turn out to be the most dangerous people around you. You are deceived by their false promises, their sweet words, their sweet mouth. These are the things that they use in masking their venoms, and they leave you vulnerable to betrayal. When you are to confront coral snakes in your snakearium, be very careful and understand very well there is not all that is beautiful that is not poisonous. Then we have anaconda. This one will just intimidate you. You know what anaconda, how big they are. One of the largest snakes. Anaconda doesn't need venom. It relies on size and strength and intimidation. When you have such people around you, you feel overwhelmed by the people who use sheer presence to dominate you and to intimidate you. There's no room to breathe or think. You are drowned by forces that are too massive to fight alone. You can't fight alone, and you can't fight back either, because their presence have already defeated you. Allah Akbar. Then we have the garter snake. These ones are non-venomous and they are harmless. In fact, in some places they keep them as pets. But in as much as sometimes they coexist with human beings, when you have them around you, you know you are surrounded by people who adapt too easily. They say whatever you want to hear, but the problem is that they are not genuine. Trust is fragile because everyone changes faces too quickly. In as much as they are not venomous, their being around you can pose two dangers. Number one, they can turn themselves against you any moment. And number two, when people see you around them as snakes, how many people are you going to tell that, okay, this person is my friend, but is not venomous? Or this snake is my pet, but it cannot bite? How many people will you explain to? People will run away from you because you are cuddling and you are playing with snakes. People will avoid you because there's a snake around you. You just see that people are moving away from you. You just see that people are avoiding you. Not only because of this kind of friends you have around you, that they may not bite you because they are not poisonous, but they scare the hell out of people that will come around you. People who want to come and help you will keep away from you. People who want to come and assist you, they will desert you. People who want to come and be in love with you, they will keep away from you because they know that you have some snakes around you. And this particular snake, even though it doesn't bite, yet it has kept a lot of good opportunities away from around you. I need you to think very deeply about these things I'm saying. Then we have the viper. The vipers have heat sensing pits that allow them to strike with pinpoint accuracy. This one don't miss. Every conversation feels like a mind game. They come for you, they speak with you, they relate with you, but they are aiming at something. They can sense your progress in life. They can sense the direction to which you are inclining, and they can see where you are moving to. The pit vipers of ambition, they coil silently in corporate corners. Their scales will be gleaming with cold strategic brilliance. Their venoms are not liquid poisons, but their venoms are words that can paralyze any career and any dream that you have. Allahu Akbar. These are the constrictors of bureaucracy. They wrap themselves around your aspirations and they squeeze potential out of you until motivation becomes a faint, desperate whisper. You are surrounded by those who wait for your weakest moment before they strike with sharp, cutting words. They will destroy your ego, they will demolish your dreams, and they will remove your careers. They will paralyze your ability to survive in life. These people are very strategic and they are very brilliant. You can find them in corporate worlds, where you go to present yourself, where you go to present your dreams, you go to present your projects, or you go to appear for an interview. If you have vipers around you, among those who are doing the interview, they will allow you to say all you want to say. They will be looking for the loopholes. They will be looking for your weak points. They will be looking for areas you are not prepared for, and they will just come straight for you with pinpoint accuracy. They will deflate your ego, and you fail that interview. Imagine you are being interviewed for a particular post or position, and you are prepared for it. These people, while you are explaining yourself, All they are doing is they are looking through your CV, they are checking your file, and they want to see areas that you don't know anything about. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Where you don't know anything about, you did not prepare for it, you did not see it coming, and they will just go straight for your jugular veins. They will ask you one or two embarrassing questions. You will hesitate because you didn't know anything about the answer, and they will now use that one to judge you that you are a dunce, that you are not qualified for the job. These are vipers among human beings. And let me mention this last one to you, the sidewinder. This one slides, it moves in a unique zigzag fashion to navigate shifting desert sand. You find them more in the deserts. You never know where the next blow will come from, because they will not come straight away. Had it mean, look, if there's a snake that is coming straight towards you in a straight line, okay, this snake is coming for me. But sidewinders are zigzag. Life feels like a shifting desert where rules are rewritten daily and nothing stays stable long enough to rely upon. They make your life to become like a major gaslighting. They make you feel stupid and make you feel crazy because they will come to you from angles you didn't see them coming from. This one you can't predict when they are around you. Allah Akbar. You can't predict how they are coming because they are always zigzag. And sometimes they merge with the desert sands, and then you get to see that, look, is this snake actually going there or coming here? So what lessons can we learn from living in a snakearium with these 10 different types of snakes we have mentioned? Though there are many more than that, but these are just for illustrations. When you pass through such a world, you know that that world demands your courage and your cunning at the same time. The first lesson you must learn is never underestimate the quiet ones. To say that people are quiet doesn't mean that they can't harm you. Snakes don't bark, they don't bray, they don't shout, and they don't possess any particularly loud voice. They don't trumpet, they don't even grunt to. But you know what they are capable of doing. Learn lessons from this very, very well. If it were an animal that would be shouting, you know that they are coming near you, right? If a dog is coming near and barking, you can run away to another direction. Even if you don't see the dog, at least you can run. These snakes that we are talking about among human beings, they can be very quiet. They don't talk much. They don't argue much. They will not even confront you to say, okay, now this is your enemy, or this is someone who doesn't like you. They are usually very quiet, but let me tell you, those who are quiet doesn't mean that they cannot kill you. Those who are silent doesn't mean that they cannot harm you. Take the coral snake, for example. With the deceptive beauty, it teaches you that danger often cloaks itself in allure. If you must survive in a snakearium, you must understand that a beautiful thing can kill. The coral snake is very beautiful. To say that a man is handsome, a woman is beautiful, doesn't mean that they cannot kill you, doesn't mean they cannot harm you. You look at a very fine babe as if she cannot hurt a fly. She can plan for your death in a way that you cannot see it coming. So don't go deceiving yourself, thinking it's people who look ugly that are vile and venomous. A person can look very good, can dress very nicely, can speak very softly, can appear well put together, and the person can look very nice. But that is not to say that they cannot kill you. This is another lesson you need to learn when you are living in a snakearium. Then understand very well that trust is a fragile currency when you are in the snakearium. It is easily shattered by the slightest misstep. To survive in a snakearium, you must learn to see beyond the vivid patterns, and you must recognize the deadly intent that is beneath what people say or do. Don't always trust the apparent. Understand the characters you are dealing with. When you live in a snakearium, be careful who you trust. Be careful who you play with. Be careful who you put the whole of your life in their hands. Be careful who you are around and you are able to close your eyes. Be careful those who are around you and you can fall asleep. Sometimes some sleeps can be very deadly. and you must be laser focused. Don't look away from them. As they are looking at you, be looking at them. As they are watching you, also be watching them. As they are trying to trust you, be trying to see whether you can trust them. Because trust is a very, very important thing when you live in a snakearium. How many people have betrayed other people? How many people have been betrayed because you trust them? They bite you in the back. That's what they mean by backbiting. Backbiting is not a human thing. It's a snake thing. A snake that will not bite you in the front. A snake that will bite you in the back. And you know what that means metaphorically. Backbiting means somebody is killing you behind your back. So when you are in a snakearium, don't turn your back towards people. Beware of the kind of things you give to them as information, because they will use it behind your back to destroy you. Then the rattlesnake is the ever harbinger of forewarning. It announces its presence with a rattle, much like the human whose threats echo louder than their bite. Some people, Allahu Akbar, they will still bite you, but they will threaten you. And that's what I was explaining earlier on. If you dismiss the warning as mere noise, that means you are foolish, because the venom is real and the strike is swift. This is your lesson of discernment, to distinguish between empty bluster and a genuine peril. So it's a psychological nightmare that a person has to live with. Living in such a world will be very exhausting. It is anxiety inducing and mentally suffocating. Now imagine your marriage or your family being like a snakearium. Imagine, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Imagine being married into a snakearium. Imagine being surrounded by toxic, poisonous people at work, at home, everywhere. Every moment of your life will demand vigilance. You can't sleep. It will demand some kind of resilience. You can't be weak. And it demands some adaptability. You cannot be stable. There's no stability when you are living in a snakearium that has so many people there that have poisons in them. You will feel manipulated. Sometimes you feel deceived. Sometimes you feel threatened, and you feel trapped. This is the most painful part of it. You feel trapped, you feel stuck. You can't go out, you can't escape, and then you are just there wondering, where is the next venom coming from? Where is the next poisonous snake going to bite you from? If it's a family place, either your cousin or your auntie or your nephew or your niece or your uncle or your whoever, if they are poisonous people, you cannot fall asleep. Imagine if it's your husband or your wife that is poisonous, that is a snake, and you are trapped. Allahu Akbar. You are stuck in a marriage with such persons that can manipulate you at any time. You don't know the next time they are going to strike. You don't know where they are going to bite you next. You don't know the kind of venom they are going to pour into your system, and you don't know how slowly or how quickly you are going to die. Emotionally, you are going to die. Spiritually, you are going to die psychologically when these people attack you. Sometimes they threaten you and they make true their threats. A place where survival is not about brute strength, but about understanding the dangers lurking in every corner of your home. It will be a test of wisdom. This is a big trial. It will be a test of your patience. It will be a test of your self-preservation. The ultimate battle of human endurance against the worst of human nature. For you to be surrounded by people who are poisonous and toxic, this is one of the greatest trials that a person can ever have. But mind you, we cannot live alone. We can't live in isolation. You have to marry. You have to have friends. You have to work with some people. You have to associate with some people. And these people don't have the label of the kind of snakes they are. Some of them can kill you slowly. Some of them can kill you quickly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't create us so that we can live in isolation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us so that we can live in the snakearium. There's one hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Abdullah ibn Umar radhiyallahu anhu, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This hadith says, the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, said, المؤمن الذي يخالط الناس ويصبر على أذاهم خير من الذي لا يخالط الناس ولا يصبر على أذاهم. You see this in Sunan of Ibn Majah and Tirmidhi. The Prophet said, the believer who mingles with people and endures their harm is better in the sight of Allah than the one who does not mingle with people and does not endure their harm. Did you get that now? It means, look, whether you like it or not, you have to mingle with people. You have to be married. And the lesson from that hadith is that engagement with society is encouraged in Islam. Islam promotes social interaction and community involvement. But even with that, patience becomes a virtue. Patience becomes your own challenge, and patience becomes your own trial from Almighty Allah. Dealing with people may bring challenges, but enduring their fault with patience and wisdom is a sign of strong iman. And avoiding people is not the ideal solution. You can't run away, because seclusion may have its own place. You may decide not to stay among snakes again. Excuse me, where will you now go and stay? It is better to engage and positively influence others and positively live with these snakes that you have around you. And this is where the trials of life is. You cannot run away forever, saying that you want to avoid snakes or you want to avoid living in a snakearium. One way or the other, you will meet people whose behaviors are worse than those of snakes. But let me now tell you something that will shock you. We are talking about snakes all around. But what about you? Is there no serpent within you? Your greatest challenge doesn't lie outside the snakearium, but within your own soul. You are also a snake, for your information. This is because within each of us resides a serpent of our own making, a shadow of ourselves, the dark side of our lives. We also have a shadow of envy in us. We have a shadow of wrath in us. We have a shadow of deceit that coils itself around our better judgment. In each and every one of us resides a poison that is exactly like that of the other people that we are afraid of. We are also dark within ourselves. This serpent within us whispers lies. It feeds on insecurities, and it injects venom into moments of weaknesses. The presence of this venom in us is often unnoticed. The influence of this snake within us is often underestimated, until when it strikes at the heart of our humanity. Until when you see that you are actually biting people. Until when you see that you are actually poisonous, like the other poisons you are afraid of. Until when you see that you have some anger in you, some rage that doesn't forgive, some anger that is destructive. Words of your mouth are poisonous. You speak to people and they go home to cry. You say one or two words to somebody and the person will feel like killing themselves. How are you different from a snake? How are you different from the vipers? How are you different from the rattlesnakes? How are you different from the coral snake that is beautiful on the outside, but the words of their mouth are full of poisons that bring toxin and toxics into the lives of people? Have you checked yourself lately to see that the spit that comes from your mouth are actually venoms? The words that come from your mouth are actually very destructive. Many of you, the voices of yours are the kind of venoms that rain curses on people. You have cursed people. You have cursed your family. You have cursed yourself because you don't know how poisonous the words of your mouth are. You think you want to give it to them. You think you want to reply. You think you have good responses. You think you cannot go cheated. You think nobody can, nobody can get away with anything with you. You didn't realize that from the distance, people actually look at you like a very dangerous, venomous snake. Let everybody look inside themselves. Possibly you have venom within yourself. You have a snake within you. To confront this inner serpent requires an unflinching gaze into the depths of the self, into the depths of the soul, an acknowledgement of your flaws, that you are not perfect after all, and the will to tame what slithers unseen. The will for you to understand that you are just like any other snake in the snakearium. Stop thinking that you are better than other people. That is one thing I want us, all of us, to understand. Know very well that you have a snake within you that you have to tame, and you have the poison in you that you have to restrain, and you have the venom in you that you have to move away from people. Your fangs are dangerous. Don't bear your fang at people just because you want to give it to them. Nobody is perfect. Hide your fang for once and be normal like a human being. Let me ask you another question. Can we move from poison to serum? You have been bitten repeatedly by all sorts of snakes. Your veins carry a cocktail of poisons rioting and unrelenting in you. If you have been bitten severally by many snakes in this snakearium, shouldn't you harness this internal concoction of toxins and purulence to fortify your immune system? Can you transform the poisons into serum to alchemize adversity into strength? Can you just try? All of this way you have been beaten severally and serially by the people around you. Rather than for you to submit, surrender, and die, why don't you convert it to serum? Let your body develop the antibodies that is going to fight this bite and these poisons that people have injected into your system. I want you to begin to refuse to die. People have said all sorts of things to you that will be enough for you to kill yourself. People have demeaned you. They have used derogatory words on you. They have underrated you. They have underestimated you. They have told you that you cannot succeed. And they have been able to prove to you that you're a failure. No, don't let it kill you. Convert this poison to serum. Convert the venom into serum. I want you to use the pain to craft resilience and use the venom to sharpen your wisdom. Do not allow the poisonous words of others to paralyze your ideas or to corrode your aspirations. You have to forge your own unique antibodies and become anti-fragile, become a creature that is not merely resilient to harm, but the one that thrives and grows stronger in the face of poisons. You know, it's like somebody who has been having mosquito bites for several years. After a while, your body will develop an antibody to fight against the malaria parasite. This time around, I want you to refuse to die, no matter the amount of poison people have poured into your body. As a husband or as a wife, you should develop the antibody now that no amount of insult is going to make you to lose your cool, and no amount of derision is going to make you to feel underwhelmed, and no amount of criticism is going to make you feel like a failure in life. Alchemize your adversity into strength. Then let me ask you another question. Should you fight back, venom to venom? When people are biting you, should you bite them back? When people give you venom, should you give them back? Perhaps you want to fight back truly, poison for poison, venom for venom. But to engage in such a cycle risks becoming the very thing that you fear. Instead, don't do poison for poison. Don't become like them. Don't give it to them the way they give it to you. Don't attack them the way they attack you. You should have certain decorum in your life. Don't destroy people because they attempt to destroy you. And this now brings us to this part that I want us to fully understand. How can you survive the snakearium? Allah will have compelled you to have to stay in a snakearium. It can be in form of your marriage. It can be in form of where you work. It can be in your neighborhood. It can be in your community. It can be even in your country, where almost every idea is suffocated even before they are hatched. It can be in a place where your talents are killed even before you conceive it. It might be a place where your efforts are thwarted even before you begin to make that effort. Allahu Akbar. How can you survive? Your survival in the snakearium does not lie in the brute strength or blind aggression. It's not the amount of the way through you attack others that can make you to survive. Your survival lies in understanding, to know the snakes that are around you, to read their movements and to anticipate their strikes. The slow constriction of the boa reminds you to guard against the creeping pressures of conformity, and the sidewinder's erratic path can teach you adaptability in the face of chaos. To survive here requires more than physical agility. You must develop a spiritual anti-venom. You have to develop a resilience that is cultivated through wisdom, through compassion, and an understanding that the most dangerous predators often wear human masks. That the people that can bite you and kill you can approach you with the face of somebody that wants to help. You have to be wise. It's not all herbs that are help. Some herbs are traps, so that you can fall into their traps and they can bite you to death. You have to learn to read subtle muscular tensions, to sense the potential energy before the strike, to understand that survival is not about eliminating snakes, but about comprehending their nature. You should understand what they mean by green snake under green grass. You should understand that some snakes can look very beautiful, but indeed, behind that beauty is poison. Behind that enjoyment is death. A man that commits adultery or fornication, most of the advertisements that will lure you towards pornography, they use beautiful women. They use fine ladies. They use some kind of bodies that you wonder if a human being can actually have this kind of body shape. The front is on point. The back is factory fitted. Everything is perfect. But behind all of that one is disease, is the STDs and STIs, and so many things that will ruin your life for sure. You just go into that hole for once. It's like you are actually putting your own snake. I'm talking to men now. You are actually putting your snake into the hole that is going to kill you. You are sticking your head into a hole that's going to destroy you. Only men understand what I'm saying, because they are the ones who have the snake that has one eye. And if you rear the head of this snake into wrong holes, the acid that are there are so deadly and so poisonous that you are going to carry the STD and STIs for the rest of your life. And that's not all. You carry that same disease to go give your family, and everybody will be treating infections. And this infection can be so deadly. It depends on the type that you are unfortunately putting your head into. In other words, learn very well. To survive snakearium means you must be smart. You must be understanding. You must understand that some people can strike. In this snakearium, your vulnerability is both your greatest weakness and your most profound strength. The fact that you understand and you acknowledge that the serpents around you, both external and internal, you acknowledge them and you understand them, is to begin understanding the complex ecosystem of human interaction. Human beings are very complex and complicated. You should recognize the fact that there are enemies, and you should pray for protection and victory over your enemies. Don't be slow, don't be naive. We are surrounded by snakes, and these snakes can kill. You don't have to be a bad person before people hate you. You don't have to be bad before people criticize you. You don't have to be bad before people are envious of you, to be mean to you and to seek your downfall. People can go to any length to frustrate your life, and some people might even wish you dead. Enemies are real. You got to wake up. We are in a snakearium. And so these snakes are real. They are not puppets. They are not toys. They are 3D. And they are real and they are alive, they are pulsating and they have venom and they can strike and they can kill you. And so you walk not with the arrogance of a conqueror, but with the humility of one who understands the rules of the game. It is one person bite for another person to survive. It is snake eat snake. It is snake bite snake. The game people play in this snakearium, you have to understand it very well. Be humble, don't be arrogant. Don't say, what can this tiny snake do to me? Don't say, what can this small snake do to me? Don't say that this snake is too small to kill me. It's not all snakes that will swallow you. It's not all snakes that will eat you up. Some snakes only need to bite you and you are a dead meat. And it's not all snakes that bite also. So be humble. What of constrictors? They will squeeze you up and they will squeeze life out of you. And then they will now eat you slowly and they will digest you slowly. Beware. We are living in a snakearium. There are rules of the game. And many people can go all out to break this rule of the game in order to get at you. The snakearium, after all, is not merely a prison of sapiens, but a mirror reflecting the complexities of human existence. Each venomous threat, each cunning maneuver is a reminder of life's duality, the potential for both harm and healing, for destruction and for growth. To escape the snakearium is to transcend it. It's to recognize that the true enemy is not the serpents themselves, but the venom within them. Stop being deceived by what is apparent. Stop being deceived by the appearances. It is not the beautiful snake that's really going to kill you. It's the venom that they have that we say you should be afraid of. In other words, it's not that you should run away. It's not that you should not relate with people. It's not that you should hate people from the surface. It's not that you should criticize them or demean them or to pigeonhole them or to classify them. It is not for you to really run away from them that we are saying, because there's no way you can escape the presence of snakes around you. But beware of the venom that is within them. Be cautious of the venom that's within them. Go and look for prayers as the anti-venom and as the antidote to the fact that they are going to bite you. There's no human being that they will not bite. There's no person that the snakes in the snakearium will not affect or harm. But fortify yourself with dua. Strengthen yourself with prayers. Wake up at night when the snakes among humans are sneaking in the silence of the night, moving towards you to bite the hell out of your life. You should also wake up and you sneak to the bathroom, go and make ablution, and you sneak to spread your prayer mat in the dark of the night, in the depth of the night, where nobody can see you, where nobody can know that you are awake. Wake up and whisper to Allah to forgive you and to protect you. The snakes will hiss without saying anything. You should whisper by saying to Allah, "Oh Allah, protect me. I've got snakes all around me. I don't know about their venoms. I don't know how deadly they are. I don't know when they're going to strike. I don't know when they're going to bite. I don't know which of them is poisonous. I don't know which of them is a constrictor. I don't know which of them is bluffing but will not harm me. I don't know the one of them that is silent but is going to harm me. And I don't know the one that is both bluffing and is going to harm me. Oh Allah, protect me from this snakearium. Protect me from the snakes around me, the ones that I know and the ones that I do not know. The one that comes to me straightforward, that I can see and identify, and the one that is slithering, that is doing zigzag. I thought it is going there, but it's actually coming here. I thought it is coming here, but it's actually going there. The one that seemed to be going away from me, but it's actually going to make a U-turn to turn around to bite me in the back, in the name of backbiting, to stab me in the back with their fangs. Oh Allah, protect me and save me. Don't take this for granted. Wake up at night, pray to Allah silently, and Allah is going to protect you. And also pray to Allah to free you from the venom within. You are also a snake too in some ways. Pray to Allah not to make the destruction of a person's life to come from you. Pray to Allah not to make you to be one that's going to kill people's ego or destroy people's dreams, knowingly or unknowingly. And so you pause, you exhale, and you begin the slow, deliberate work of extracting poison, not from the fangs of the snakes, but from the depths of your own soul. And with this awareness, life slithers forward through the uncharted wilds of the serpentine jungle. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us all and protect us and grant us the serum to bounce back even after we have been beaten by the serpent with which we have to share the snakearium of life. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Acquire Abdul Fattah Adiyemi's soul-lifting handmade masterpieces and experience the divine beauty of Islamic artistry. Book counseling and therapy sessions to access a safe space to heal and thrive. Join the community. Transform your life. Edit your universe.